downside
so many of us stop wearing
the
masks.
mask.
Common colds are back, and we're seeing it every day.
Then
the Molly Tibbetts murder trial.
trial.
The verdict is in.
It's
As
in.
the jury reached a verdict.
Then
What happened to Lisa Guerrero?
Umbrella.
Agreed.
She was just trying to ask a famous radio personality a question.
Keep
Question.
your hands off me. You're touching me. All we wanted to know.
Plus.
Remember this classic
Plus.
scene from Friends?
Friends.
How do you get a
I
couch up a narrow staircase?
Staircase.
Every which way, every angle.
And no.
That calling of the CNN reporter. Plus.
Plus.
Sharp.
Sharp.
Dead ahead.
And now it's an edition with Devon Normal.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us.
Today.
Welcome
Welcome
to Memorial Day
Weekend.
weekend. Which somehow
Somehow
seems extra special this
special
year
this
after
year.
a year on lockdown. It is estimated that more than 40 million people will
People
be traveling in the air and
air
on the roads this holiday.
holiday.
As Jim Murray
Jim Murray
reports,
reports,
America is definitely back on the move.
America is back, and so are the iconic events of Memorial Day weekend, including the Indy 500. This was how the legendary race looked last August, shifted from its traditional date, the stands starkly empty. Sunday, it will look a lot more like this, with 135,000 spectators. Even at 40% capacity, it's the biggest gathering since the pandemic. Fans will be required to wear masks. Free vaccinations will be offered. 37 million Americans are on the move. Roads and airports are also crowded again. This was LAX this time last year. This is how it looked today. And check out the crowds at Burbank Airport. They're flying with a new budget airline, Avelo, offering ticket prices you won't believe. With every seat just $19 and people eager to get away from Memorial Day, it's no surprise that all of the seats on this flight are taken.
We're flying to 11 different markets in the western U.S., small markets. These are short-haul flights. So we think by making it easier, more convenient, and less expensive, that we will be able to fulfill our purpose and get people back on airplanes and flying around this country.
But could Memorial Day crowds bring about another surge in COVID-19 cases?
Even though all of the indicators are trending in the right direction, we're not yet out of the woods. And if we see people getting together in large groups, we are giving this virus an opportunity to spread. And so we could see surges again after the holiday weekend, as we did last year.
Only on
Only on
really monumental occasions does one see an entire community coalesce around a single goal. And in Southern California, people
now
are united
United
in their desire for
Desire
justice for Aiden.
Aiden.
He's the 6-year-old little boy who
boy
was shot and killed in his car
seat
in an apparent
An
road
apparent
rage incident. And now that
Now,
authorities believe they
they-
have identified the shooter's car, there is a
There's a
huge
huge
push to find it.
Find it.
We now know the getaway vehicle that cops say was driven by the suspects in the road rage slaying on 6-year-old Aiden Leos. The boy was shot while sitting in his booster seat as his mom was driving him to kindergarten. Cops say this is the suspect's vehicle. It's a Volkswagen Golf sports wagon. Its windows not tinted. It's believed to be a 2018 or 2019 model.
When I saw it, I immediately recognized it as a car that you don't see often on the roadway.
The net is closing, says retired police detective Jonathan Cherney, who specializes in road rage attacks.
This particular car was only in production from 2015 to 2019. Investigators can then work with the Department of Motor Vehicles in conducting a search in the Southern California area for vehicles of that make and model.
By a bad stroke of luck, the license plate was not captured in the photo. Florentino Oliveira is with the California Highway Patrol.
Now that we have this picture out, we're hoping that someone will recognize that car. We've been getting lots of calls regarding the vehicle, so it's helping a lot.
Southern California is galvanized by a desire to catch the man who opened fire and the woman who was behind the wheel.
To the woman driver, I would say you need to turn yourself in. You're an accomplice.
The reward money totals $300,000 and is going up by the day. The owner of a local memorabilia shop donated $50,000.
The bigger the reward, we believe, the lips will start talking.
The owner of a soda fountain shop also donated $50,000.
We just want to, get this guy caught.
His store is selling sugar cookies decorated with a teddy bear and the words, "Justice for Aiden."
Our investigators are working around the clock. It's our top priority. They're not going to stop until we find the suspects.
And the local district attorney says the longer the suspects go without turning themselves in, the tougher he says he'll be when deciding charges. Saying goodbye
now.
may also mean saying
Say
hello to
hello.
common cold. Incidences of cold are way down. As Stephen Fabian
Fabian
reports, experts predict that is going to change.
As more and more of us happily ditch the masks, we're finding out there's a downside. Colds are back. All over social media, people are reporting an explosion of sore throats and the common cold after a year of being sniffle-free. Masks, it turns out, not only protected us from COVID, but all kinds of other germs as well. During the last flu season, cases of the flu plummeted to just 2,000. Now compare that to 2019 and the flu season before, when 38 million people in the USA suffered from the flu.
As we start to work together, play together, pray together, as we start to share space and get in people's spaces, we should expect that the colds and flus of yesterday are going to start to come back.
Leah Valdisuso is recovering from her first cold in more than a year.
The weekend right after the mask mandate lifted, I got a crazy cold.
Larry Posner, who runs the investigative unit here at Inside Edition, is suffering right now.
I thought maybe I had COVID. I went for a test and thank God I was negative.
Since cold symptoms sometimes mirror COVID, you need to know how to tell the difference. We asked Dr. Jeanette Neshwat from CityMD.
With COVID, we see sometimes high fevers, body aches, chest pain, trouble breathing. With a common cold, it lasts a few days, runny nose, sometimes a sore throat, sometimes a cough. Usually goes away with some over-the-counter medications.
This sniffler says she's putting her mask back on.
I just want to be a little bit safer since cold sucks. And I forgot how much it sucks.
According to the CDC, on average,
now.
adults get 2 to 3 colds a year.